Porter, and this is the War Show. Today we will be talking about Chinese inventions and achievements. I have two special guests with me today, Mackenzie Evans and Seth Finnegan. The first thing we will be talking about is Chinese science and technology. Mackenzie, will you please tell us about Chinese science and technology?
Yes, Brooklyn, thank you for having me on your show. China is one of the few nations in the world that is currently carrying out great infrastructure projects similar to those that were essential to the development of the United States.
Which nation was more advanced, China or Europe?
Believe it or not, China was more advanced than Europe. When European people lived in tiny villages connected by muddy roads, Chinese people lived in great walled cities that were connected by wide paved roads.
What was the Chinese people's view of the world?
Well, about 3,000 years ago, Chinese philosophers thought that everything in the world was made up of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. The Chinese also viewed the world and everything in it as the balance between two forces called yin and yang. Yin was related to femininity and initiative ways of thinking. Yang was linked to masculinity and intellectual side of males and females.
Wow, I didn't know that. When were the first astronomical observatories built in China?
They were built more than 4,000 years ago by Emperor Hongti. By 2,500 years ago, Chinese stargazers had cataloged 1,646 stars and grouped them in patterns called constellations.
What was Emperor Hongti also credited for?
He was also credited for teaching people how to write, play music, and raise silkworms.
How did the Chinese start math, and how was it used?
Well, alchemists needed a way to record their chemical formulas. Astronomers used math to calculate the length of the lunar month, and surveyors and builders depended on math too. Math was good for farmers also. They found the area of their fields by multiplying the length by the width.
Wow, that was a lot of information I didn't know. Now let me introduce my next guest, Seth Finnegan.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Thanks for having me on your show. Today I'll be talking about Chinese inventions.
Okay, so what was 4 things China invented?
Well, Brooklyn, they invented a lot of things, but the 4 things most people know are the compass, paper, gunpowder, and printing.
How was gunpowder used?
They actually used it in a lot of ways. They used it for fireworks on New Year's or the Emperor's birthday. They also used it for forging arrows that they used in wars and fight battles and things like that.
Mackenzie told me about mathematics. Did they invent that?
Well, Brooklyn, they actually did. Their farmers used it like Mackenzie told you. They also invented astronomy along with math.
Wow, they invented a lot of things. Did they invent anything else for the use of war?
Yes, they did. They invented the crossbow.
What were inventions that farmers used?
Well, farmers used the wheelbarrow, matches, silk, paper, the sundial, compass, math, the water wheel, and many more.
Wow, that was a lot of information. That was really interesting. I want to thank Mackenzie and Seth for being on my show.
I really enjoyed being on your show.
Me too. I hope you can have us some other time.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Brooklyn Porter, and this has been The War Show.